when I was coming up, as a young man, there were two filmmakers that were making movies at the same time that were in conversation with each other. That was Spike Lee and that was John Singleton, rest in peace. Filmmakers mean the world to me as an American filmmaker, as an African American filmmaker, and just their movies taught me things. Some time ago, the same thing was happening in the country of Japan. You have Akira Kurosawa, and you have another gentleman named Yasujiro Ozu that were epic filmmakers, making films at the same time, and making very different types of films. What I think he was the greatest at, in terms of the things I've learned from watching his films, is the art of blocking. The other thing he's great at is poetic fallacy, choosing when to use wind and rain. It's just insane. Ozu is a filmmaker who he didn't give a shit about a lot of rules. Most importantly, a rule that we spent a lot of time learning about, which is the 180-degree line. This is a imaginary line between conversations because film is a two-dimensional visual art form. If you move the camera across this imaginary line, what will happen in the editorial process is it will look like characters are looking in different directions, which can sometimes be confusing or can put an audience in a state of unease. Ozu didn't give a fuck about the line. I mean, he would jump it all the time. He also was very famous for shooting doorways. But what I'm going to talk to you about with Ozu right now in this movie is his capacity for the most emotional endings you'll ever see in your life. Holding your hand through all the story, and making you fall in love with characters, and then just ripping your heart out at the end of the movie in a way that oftentimes leaves you sobbing, but also in a way that makes you question everything that you saw before.